Hey guys, what's going on? How's everybody doing? Anyway, I want to talk about a subject that I see and hear more and more about what's going on. And it's about people that have been together for 15, 20, 25, 30 years, and then all of a sudden, the wife, well, I've had one situation where it was a husband that wanted to get out of the relationship, but all of a sudden, they have a problem with their spouse. And it's so funny how these are the same people that criticized me because I was alone. And now all of a sudden they want to be away from their spouse. And I just laugh when they bring it up to me. When they, for some reason, people seem to want to talk to me. I don't know if it's my energy or what kind of energy. I've been told that I have really good energy going out. And that's why I attract all these weird people that want to talk to me about the strangest things that you would, I know these people that are talking, but it's just funny how people want to bring up things to me and talk to me about stuff. And it's okay. And one of them, she told me that she doesn't mind dating her husband, but she doesn't want to be married to him. Basically, is what she told me. And I said, and she's telling me that she's a good-looking woman and that she's this and that she's that, and I'm like, you're 50. Okay, 50-year-olds are not prime unless you're trying to attract a 26-year-old that wants to be taken care of. That's the way it was when I was my age, when I was 20, in my 20s. That's what was going on back then. And I never, ever, ever wanted to be, you know what I mean? I dated older women, but not that old. And I just laugh at this woman because she's like, I'm a good looking woman. I can attract you. And I'm like, she's been with her current person over 25 years, and all of a sudden she just woke up one day and she's not happy with him, and now she wants to go find somebody else, and she thinks she's going to find somebody else because she's good looking and 50. I don't think so. I don't think so. At least that's not what the dating scene that I'm seeing out there, but maybe I digress. Maybe I don't know really what's going on out there. I just know what kind of people that are out there. And believe me, the person she's married to is a much more quality engineered, quality individual. And and then she tells me, she goes, well, you've been alone for all this time, you've never, and I tell her, I said, well, I dated a couple people, but they weren't for me. I like being alone. I don't mind being alone. I don't have a problem being alone, ever. I'd rather be alone than have to deal with other people's bullshit and try to do the happy life, happy wife thing, or happy wife, happy life. And everybody can criticize me and go in the comments and just tear me up because I'm not doing what the woman wants to do. That's fine. Right away. Keep writing. Keep commenting. Because I don't really care. I just know that it's interesting that this seems like the trend where people just wake up one day and decide, oh, I want to be separated from my spouse because all of a sudden I feel like I'm this person that I wasn't the last 29 years I've been with this person. Maybe it's just confidence. Maybe she got her confidence, but I don't understand somebody that gets their confidence in their 50s. I got my confidence in my 20s. So, and I think a lot of it is midlife crisis kind of stuff, and that's sad because 50 is really not midlife. 30 to 40 is midlife to me, so you're a little late. But I'm seeing that, and I don't understand why it's happening. But maybe you guys can tell me in the comments why this is happening. Is it because of what we went through for the last 5 years with CV-19? I don't know. It's just kind of interesting and sad to me because I don't have to start over my life unless I move. If I move, then I got to start over a little bit. But I'm starting over in a new place. But I certainly wouldn't want to, I thought the vows were to death do us part. Through the thick and the thin, through the good and the bad. I don't know, maybe I'm just being too original, or not original, but too traditional. I don't know. That's why I'm alone, because I don't have to deal with that stuff. And everybody's like, wow, you don't have anybody to take care of you. You don't have kids. You don't have that. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. And I don't think I'm going to get to it, because I'm going to try to keep myself as healthy as I can. And I can take care of myself. You know, if I have to sleep downstairs because I can't get up those stairs, then I'll just sleep downstairs. I have that option. And a lot of people think it's just, they think it's strange, they think it's weird that I feel that way, but I just don't. I don't need to be with somebody to make myself happy, like I've talked about in numerous videos. And I don't need somebody to feel whole. You know, and that's what I've always said when I've met different people that I thought I was going to have a relationship with. I don't need you to fulfill my life. I need you to be in my life to enjoy my life. Not need, I could. But it's never, I don't need to be with somebody to fulfill myself, because I'm not a half a person. I'm a whole person. I'm not an insecure person. And I think that's what turns a lot of people off, is they see the confidence, because they're not used to that. They're used to being with a weak person. And that's what I say to people about a man's duties in life. And there are a lot of weak men out there because they're insecure with themselves. And I'm not that person. So I'm not just going to accept somebody just to be with somebody to make myself feel secure. So that being said, I just find it interesting that this is going on. This seems like I've heard this number of times where people are just waking up saying, I don't want to be married to you anymore. Well, we can try counseling, but I know it's not going to work, because these people already have their decision. They're just trying to make it look like they're trying to work it out, and they're not. So that being said, I just think it's sad in the situation that's going on in this world, and I just want to know what caused it. I mean, I know it's happened in the past, but it just seems the last 5 years have caused a lot of people. And maybe it's just people are waking up realizing, you know what, I want to be happy, and I thought I was happy before and I'm not. And now I want to try to make myself happy, and that's fine. But I would think that instead of being a good actor, maybe you should talk it through with your spouse before you really make that decision that you want to leave. Because I'm going to tell you this, the dating world is not any easier out to try to find somebody else. It could happen. I'm not trying to be negative about it, but I just know what's out there, and I know how tricky people are and how people lie to people about certain things, and little things trip people. And I see it a lot on YouTube. I see it a lot. Little things trip people when you're meeting somebody new. And it's okay if that's what they want and it pisses them off. But instead of ghosting people, tell them what you feel. Tell them what you want. You don't have to give up the goods, the whole goods. You can just talk through stuff and see if, and it's funny, because you can be told a whole bunch of stuff, and actions speak louder than words. If they're not following through on their stuff that they say, yeah, they could do it during the honeymoon period. But if you don't have to tell them and they're automatically doing it, that's a good person. Like opening people's door, being kind, or seeing through some certain things that somebody's going through and helping them out. And that's not happening. It's me kind of attitude, and that's fine. But also, I just want to let you know I'm starting two other YouTube channels too. I will put the links probably in the next couple videos. I'm not going to do it in this video. But I have started two other YouTube channels. One has to do with Betsy and me. I was going to try to integrate it in this channel, but I just don't think people really want to see me hanging out with my dog. Because, this is kind of just complicated talks, and, I posted a couple videos and they have not been watched that much, and that's fine. But I also did a survey, tried to do a survey 4 or 5 months ago about that, and I didn't get a huge response about that, about integrating my dogs into my videos. So I'm thinking that I'm just going to start another video or another channel that involves my dogs and me. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about the whole thing with people that are just waking up one day and wanting to leave or get away from divorce or separate from their partner. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, a night.